Hi, I'm Ben Johnson, 5th grade teacher at Greenbrier Elementary School in Arlington Heights. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that we're doing here regarding innovation and creativity and collaboration, etc. So this is an example of a cause and effect strategy, or teaching a cause and effect strategy in today's current education environment. So whereas before you might teach cause and effect straight out of a book, we taught it through a different methodology. So I had my students make a book, and in this book they drew scenes about a novel that they read. The novel was Rules, as you can see, Rules. And basically what they did is they drew a scene that shows a cause and effect scene. So this one says, when Christy comes over, there's a rubber duck in the fish tank, which made Catherine embarrassed. So, there's an action-reaction. The action, Christy comes over there, and there's a rubber duck in the fish tank. The reaction is Catherine is embarrassed. And then they were to use an analogy and put it on the other side of the paper here. So when things are misplaced, people get embarrassed. So that's kind of a generalized statement about what this was saying over here. And to really further enhance the cause and effect teaching, we used analogous thinking, like I showed you, and then we also incorporated a technology piece. So this is a QR code, and if you scan this code with a phone or any other device such as an iPad, this will take you to a scene that the students actually acted out, and that describes this generalized statement. So not only do we have cause and effect, we have artistic expression, we have analogous thinking, we have a technology component, and then they do that 3 times. And then on the back, they have to do a summary about what the book is about. So we're really incorporating a whole lot of different ideas into one book. Another thing that I think is really important is being able to be mobile in a classroom while you're implementing some of these really cool ideas, like the parachutes, or we've done foil boat building, or we've also done a lunar lander. It was a pretty cool activity. These activities require a lot of supervision often because you're working with 10-year-olds that are really excited about really cool things. And to be mobile and to teach at the same time, you need newer technology. And so we use iPads in this classroom quite often to teach, and the way we do it is I use a few different programs, one of them being a program called Doceri, and I can wirelessly interact to a projector and show notes, or I can do a read-along or show a picture or anything really on the fly. And the reason why it's really important, because not only am I teaching up here, you know, I'm also teaching around the classroom. So if I need to redirect a group that's over here, for example, I could still teach and redirect right away, and that's really important. I think teachers who want to incorporate a lot of really inquiry-based education or inquiry-based strategies need to be able to be mobile, so they need to use new technology like this. Okay, not only do I teach a lot with the iPads, I also give my students a chance to interact with the iPads and manipulate video and photos, etc. One project that we just completed recently is blood cell skits, and it was really fun. And basically, they worked in teams. They had to collaborate. They had to be innovative because they're creating something like a skit, and of course, they're using their creativity. So these are the blood cell skits, and let's go to one of them here. So here's one, and this is one of my students who is pretending to be a cut, and then another student comes up, you'll see in just a moment, pretends to be a platelet, and he gets scabbed up. And it's pretty funny, and I'm not sure if they're ever going to forget something like this. You know, they might forget it if I tell it to them, but if they do it interactive and they're interacting with the material, I think they'll remember. And I'll show you right now.
Help me, help me, help me. I'm a platelet. I'm here to scab you up. Thank you, platelet. You're welcome.
So a few things that I may do differently than other teachers is I have a blog, and as you can see on my blog right now, there is a Halloween theme. So it was just Halloween. I guess I need to update that picture. But this is just a place where I can post things for parents, I can post things for students, interesting facts or articles, anything that I really want. So I can use it to express my creativity as a teacher, as well as interact with my students from outside of the classroom. So let me just go over a few things that are on this blog that I like, and of course I could change these things at any time, which is great. So one thing, on the left side here you'll see just my general post. That's a 5-paragraph essay reminder. This is a reminder for group picture and picture retake day. I made a Halloween video for the students, which maybe we can watch in a minute. Here's a Bill Nye clip, and it goes on and on and on. On this side over here you'll see, this is a question. It says, which item do you think would be most helpful if you got stranded on an unpopulated tropical island? A hatchet, a spear, a mirror, compass, bag of salt, or blanket? And so far I only have 4 votes, but there are 6 days left. And once the voting is over, we could talk about, why is, so far it's a spear is most popular. Why is a spear helpful on a desert island? And that can lend itself to all sorts of interesting conversations. Another thing, if you want to see here, these are my favorite websites, and I let the students, have a little glimpse into my life, what I like. So here's TED, CNN, the White House, I have Big Think, NASA, PBS, Mindshift. And so the students who are excelling and they're not bogged down by any homework or anything like that, and they want to have some sort of enrichment, maybe they want to go on to Big Think and read an article. There's so much more I could talk about, but in general, I have a blog so that I can interact with my students outside of the classroom. I see myself more as a facilitator, where I'm not so much telling the students what to learn, but really allowing them to learn. And that's through them using 21st century tools and being ready for a 21st century environment. After all, these are 21st century students.